Many people think that being a fool means being dumb or silly. But what if we see it in a different way? What if being a fool is about having the courage to ask questions, to admit that we do not know everything, and to learn from our mistakes? This idea has been around for a long time. Great thinkers and teachers have taught us that knowing you do not know everything is a sign of strength, not weakness. In this talk, we will explore how the art of being a fool can help us grow, learn, and see the world in a new light. One of the oldest lessons comes from the Greek thinker Socrates. Socrates was known for saying, "I know that I know nothing." He did not pretend to have all the answers. Instead, he asked many questions and made sure he was always learning. By admitting his own lack of complete knowledge, he showed great wisdom and earned respect from others. Socrates believed that when we admit we do not know everything, we open our minds to learn and grow. This is not a sign of weakness, but a strong and honest way to live. Modern studies in psychology tell us something similar. People who believe they know it all may miss the chance to learn new things. When we say, "I do not know," we make room for new ideas. This simple truth reminds us that life is full of questions, and it is better to ask and learn than to pretend to be perfect. By accepting our own limits, we can move forward with curiosity and courage. One key part of being a fool is to ask questions, sometimes even questions that may seem simple or silly. It is through asking questions that we learn more about the world. When we ask, "Why is this so?" or "How does this work?" we start a journey of discovery. No one has all the answers, and every question can lead to new knowledge. When we ask questions, we also invite others to think deeply. Even if our questions seem basic, they can help clear up ideas that others take for granted. This way, everyone can learn together. It is important to remember that every question matters, and that the act of asking shows that we care about understanding life better. Many people worry about looking foolish. We fear that if we ask too many questions or show our doubts, others will think less of us. This fear can hold us back from learning and trying new things. But if we look at history, we see that many great discoveries came from people who dared to show that they did not have all the answers. Imagine a child learning to walk. The child falls many times, but each fall is a chance to learn and get better. In the same way, when we allow ourselves to be unsure or to make mistakes, we give ourselves the chance to grow. It takes courage to say, "I do not know," or "I made a mistake." But this honesty is the first step to real learning and improvement. One of the best ways to grow is to learn from our mistakes. When we try something new, we might not succeed at first. This is normal and should be welcomed. Each mistake teaches us a lesson. Every time we fall, we learn how to stand up again. It is important to see mistakes not as failures, but as steps toward becoming better. By accepting our errors, we can make better choices in the future. When we see our mistakes as part of the learning process, we also feel less afraid to take risks. Risk-taking is important because it leads to new ideas and helps us find better ways to do things. The art of being a fool is about being brave enough to try, even if we might fail. When we are not afraid to make mistakes, we can open our hearts and minds to many new opportunities. Being a fool can also help us connect with other people. When we are open about our doubts and questions, we make it easier for others to do the same. In our daily lives, we often hide our true feelings because we fear judgment or ridicule. But when we let go of our need to seem perfect, we allow others to see who we really are. This honesty can lead to stronger and more meaningful relationships. Think of a friend who is willing to laugh at themselves. This friend makes others feel safe and comfortable. When we see someone who does not fear looking foolish, we are more likely to open up and share our own thoughts and feelings. This openness can create a bond that is based on trust and understanding. In this way, the art of being a fool is not about being weak. It is about being real and human. Living a life of curiosity means always being willing to learn and ask questions. It is about never thinking that we have all the answers. When we keep an open mind, we are free to explore new ideas and see the world from different angles. This curiosity makes life more interesting and full of possibilities. In our work, studies, and personal lives, a curious mind can lead to new ideas and solutions. Whether we are solving a problem at work or trying to understand a difficult subject, asking questions can clear the way for new insights. The art of being a fool teaches us that no matter how much we learn, there is always more to know. It is a journey without an end, and each step we take can lead us to a deeper understanding of the world. It is important to find a balance between knowing and not knowing. While we should work to learn as much as we can, we must also accept that we will never have all the answers. True wisdom comes from understanding this balance. It is not a sign of weakness to admit that we are uncertain. In fact, many great leaders and thinkers have shown that strength comes from the willingness to learn, even when the path is unclear. A balanced view of life does not force us to choose between being smart and being foolish. Instead, it allows us to blend both sides. We can celebrate what we know while also being open to the mysteries that we have yet to solve. This mix of confidence and humility is at the heart of true wisdom. It shows that while we can be knowledgeable, we remain open to learning more. This balance helps us navigate the challenges of life with grace and honesty. Humility plays a key role in the art of being a fool. When we are humble, we are willing to admit our faults and ask for help. Humility is not about putting ourselves down. It is about recognizing that we are always growing and learning. Great thinkers like Socrates showed that true wisdom comes from admitting that we do not know everything. This simple idea can change the way we see our own journey. By being humble, we learn to listen. We listen to others, to ideas, and to the world around us. This active listening opens the door to new experiences and better understanding. It helps us see that every person has something to teach us. Humility reminds us that we are part of a larger community and that our own knowledge is only a small piece of the great puzzle of life. The art of being a fool is not just a grand idea. It affects our daily lives in many ways. When we are open to asking questions and admitting our limits, we become better learners, better friends, and better workers. We see the world as a place of endless possibility, where each day is a chance to grow. In our studies, our jobs, and our hobbies, a curious and humble mind can make all the difference. Take a moment to think about a time when you tried something new. Perhaps you started a new hobby or took on a new challenge at work. At first, things may not have gone as planned, but each mistake taught you a lesson, and over time, you improved. This is the art of being a fool in action, using each stumble as a stepping stone to success. It shows that every error is a chance to learn, and every setback is a part of the journey toward greater understanding. When we let go of our fear of looking foolish, we can live a life that is full and meaningful. We connect more easily with those around us, and we open ourselves to new ideas and experiences. The art of being a fool teaches us that life is not about being perfect. It is about being real, When we show our true selves, flaws and all, we build trust and form bonds with others. In our personal relationships, this openness can lead to greater understanding and deeper friendships. In our work, it can lead to new ideas and more creative solutions. In every area of life, the courage to be a fool helps us to grow and to learn from every moment. It is a gentle reminder that our mistakes do not define us, but rather help shape who we are. Imagine a life where every day is a chance to ask a new question, to make a small mistake, and then to learn from it. This life is one filled with wonder and discovery. It is a life where we are not afraid to show that we do not have all the answers. Instead, we greet each moment with open eyes and an open heart, ready to explore what is true and what is possible. This way of living brings a sense of peace. It helps us to let go of the pressure to be perfect and instead focus on what really matters: learning, growing, and connecting with others. It reminds us that life is a long journey and that every step, whether forward or backward, is part of our story. By embracing the art of being a fool, we find the strength to be honest with ourselves and to accept life as it is. The search for knowledge is a journey that never truly ends. Even the wisest among us know that there is always more to learn. The art of being a fool is a way to celebrate this endless journey. It tells us that every day is a chance to ask new questions and to seek out new truths. No matter how much we know, there will always be mysteries waiting for us. This idea can be both humbling and inspiring. It shows us that wisdom is not a final destination, but a continuous path. Every question we ask, every mistake we make, and every moment of uncertainty is a part of the process. The art of being a fool reminds us that true wisdom comes from a lifelong love of learning. There is great strength in admitting that we do not have all the answers. When we accept uncertainty, we also accept the chance to change and to improve. This strength is not loud or boastful. It is quiet, steady, and full of courage. It is the kind of strength that comes from knowing that each of us is a work in progress. By choosing to be open and to ask questions, we give ourselves permission to grow. We give ourselves the freedom to explore new ideas and to change our minds. In this way, the art of being a fool becomes a key to living a full, rich life. It is a reminder that every day, no matter how ordinary it may seem, is an opportunity to learn something new. As we look to the future, let us take with us the lesson that wisdom grows from a willingness to learn. Let us be brave enough to admit when we do not know, and humble enough to listen to the voices of others. By embracing the art of being a fool, we open the door to new ideas and new experiences. We become more open, more connected, and more alive. The path ahead may be uncertain, but it is also full of promise. Every question, every mistake, and every small act of courage brings us closer to understanding the world and our place in it. In this journey, there is no shame in being a fool. Instead, there is great beauty in our ability to learn and to grow from every moment. The art of being a fool is a gentle reminder that life is not about being perfect. It is about being honest, open, and willing to take risks. It is about finding joy in the small moments and learning from every misstep. This way of living shows us that wisdom is not found in knowing everything, but in knowing that there is always more to learn. By accepting our own limits, we also make room for the great ideas and new experiences that life has to offer. We learn to listen, to ask questions, and to grow in ways we never thought possible. The art of being a fool is a celebration of our human spirit, a spirit that is curious, brave, and always ready to explore the unknown. As you continue on your journey, remember that each step, whether forward or back, is a part of your story. Embrace your doubts and your questions as signs of strength. Live each day with a willingness to learn and a heart open to new experiences. For it is in this honest search for knowledge that we find the true meaning of life. In the end, let the art of being a fool remind you that no one has all the answers, and that is okay. True wisdom comes from being open to new ideas and from having the courage to ask questions, even when it feels strange or uncertain. Embrace your inner fool, and you will find that the journey to understanding is filled with wonder, growth, and endless possibility.